Mother beast has found us. Su Lingshui's eyes took on an ice blue hue, looking like an indifferent deity. Instantly, above her head, sharp and fierce ice spikes appeared. With a slight stir of Su Lingshui's mind, all the ice spikes shot towards the beast horde, blocking us from behind. Countless calamity beasts had their bodies pierced, falling row by row like harvested crop. But soon, even more calamity beasts surged forward. All the calamity beasts in the entire city were converging here from all directions. At this point, I gradually felt the pressure mounting. With the entire city's hundreds of thousands or even millions of calamity beasts, we couldn't kill them all even if we exhausted our stamina. So I shouted loudly, "Cut off the head of the snake! Hey Ming, go straight for the calamity mother beast!" Hearing my words, He Ming immediately turned and charged towards the bridge. On the other side, there was a dangerous aura. It was the calamity mother beast. As He Ming reached the other side of the bridge, a massive dark red tentacle, over 10 meters thick, suddenly emerged from the miasma and whipped against its body. Several buildings were consecutively smashed down by He Ming, only stopping over 20 meters away. He Ming roared in anger, shaking off the dust, and stood up from the countless concrete and rubble. Its cold vertical pupils deadlocked onto the calamity mother beast in front of it. The beast's massive 60-meter eye-like body and its countless smaller eyes all stared back at He Ming. He Ming's pitch-black flames erupted furiously as it launched a direct attack, its body dashing forward in an instant. Under He Ming's full-power sprint, the ruined buildings shook continuously. The giant eyeball's countless smaller eyes abruptly contracted, and 15 dark red tentacles lashed out at He Ming. Watching the incoming dark red tentacles, He Ming dodged whatever it could. When it couldn't dodge, its claws glowed with black light and slashed fiercely at them. However, it only produced the sound of grating metal. He Ming was suddenly struck by one of the dark red tentacles and sent flying backward. The hard-earned distance it had closed was widened again. Previously, He Ming relied on gigantification and its subsequent formidable strength and defense to engage in close combat and overpower enemies. But now, facing the knockback from the giant eyeball's tentacles, it had no countermeasure at all. Amidst a roar, the pitch-black flames erupted without holding back. Instantly, scorching high temperatures exploded and spread in all directions. He Ming dashed out once again. Its internal mana was consumed at an extreme speed. It had chosen to make a desperate last stand. On the other side, I felt grim. Through my soul connection with He Ming, I faintly sensed its life force slowly dropping. Alright. Suddenly, Su Lingshui opened her glowing ice blue eyes. Myriad frost annihilation. The moisture in the air instantly vanished. Countless calamity beasts turned into ice crystals in the blink of an eye, with fragments scattering everywhere. Seizing this opening, I made a prompt decision. To the calamity mother beast. Right now, only by letting He Ming evolve will we have a sliver of hope. Soon, the three of us reached the city center. A roar came from the head. We didn't hesitate and immediately rushed over. We quickly saw He Ming, heavily injured and on the verge of death. Yet, its claws still gripped the ground tightly. Even as the dark red tentacles lashed at it, it stubbornly refused to retreat, walking forward firmly, step by step. Seeing this, I ran straight towards He Ming. He Ming, devour these calamity beasts. At the same time, I immediately cast healing and enhancement spells. A faint white light lit up on He Ming's body. Its vertical pupils contracted, and it let out a fierce roar, shaking off the dark red tentacles. He Ming immediately charged into the horde of calamity beasts. Pitch-black flames bloomed like a lotus flower and instantly spread. The giant eyeball also realized something was wrong and immediately issued a command, making all beasts stay away from there. But it was too late. Countless pitch-black flames carrying devouring energy flooded into He Ming's body. I didn't hesitate to click Start Evolution on the panel. Terrifying black power instantly erupted from deep within He Ming's body, bursting outward to form a pitch-black pillar of light that shot into the sky. He Ming's body instantly expanded to over 100 meters in size. Congratulations, your summon He Ming has acquired the skill. Swiftness. Congratulations, your summon He Ming has acquired the new talent. Diamond Body. All attributes increased by 60 points. I let out a sigh of relief. It was another massive overall enhancement. He Ming stared at the giant eyeball with his vertical pupils. His entire body was completely renewed. His tough wool fur emitted a faint golden glow, looking majestic and divine. The giant eyeball's pupils trembled violently. The moment the black power erupted, it was completely paralyzed by this terrifying, all-devouring aura. But this was immediately followed by endless fury. It could also devour and evolve. It was the one destined to be the strongest existence. Its thick dark red tentacles whipped out simultaneously, causing the air itself to boom. He Ming was as firm as a rock, standing completely motionless. The 15 dark red tentacles whipped against his body, only making the golden light flicker slightly. The pitch-black flames, combining gluttony and gigantification, instantly exploded. The flames formed a 400-meter-tall phantom of a tyrannical, ferocious beast. In an instant, a 1,000-meter radius turned into a sea of black fire. He Ming lunged forward to the giant eyeball. As he raised his claws, the massive beast phantom also raised its claws. The claws, condensed from pitch-black flames, instantly slashed down. Several of the giant eyeball's pupils were instantly blinded, and it let out a shriek of agony. Its tentacles whipped frantically at He Ming, but failed to deal any damage. The giant eyeball roared, rapidly absorbing the evil aura into its body. In a flash, its size expanded massively. Countless sharp barbs began to grow on its dark red tentacles. This was the power it had saved for evolving to the next life stage, but now it had to use it early. The tentacles enveloped He Ming from all directions. Both sides attacked each other madly, causing the ground to tremble continuously. Roars echoed through the sky. Several hours passed. Only Haiming was left standing amidst the ruins. The giant eyeball's countless pupils dimmed as its entire body was slowly devoured by the pitch-black flames. At this moment, Su Lingshui and I both smiled, and having killed the Calamity Mother Beast and thousands of beasts, the rating we get will definitely be incredibly high. The next moment, along with the notification sound, the three of us vanished from the spot. Time is up, calculating your rating based on your performance. Total Calamity Beasts killed, 8,560. Successfully killed the Calamity Mother Beast. Congratulations, your rating is perfect. Class Advanced 2, Summoning Swordmaster, Rare, Unique. Description, a bizarre class born because of you. Congratulations, you've comprehended a new class skill, Mana Sword Condensation. Skill effect, a sharp sword existing between reality and illusion, ignores all physical defenses of the target to deal one instance of mental trauma. I looked at the panel in surprise, ignoring physical defenses to directly inflict mental trauma. That meant as long as the opponent lacked mental defenses, I could instantly hack them to death. This skill was simply terrifying. Instantly, a sharp sword engraved with countless runes appeared in my hand. My mental energy was completely drained by condensing the mana sword. I shook my head and retracted it. It seemed this skill could only be used as a trump card. I smiled faintly, opened my phone, and after accepting the friend request from Lo Xuan and Su Lingshui, I immediately saw a message from the top academies. Will arrive today at 2 p.m. You should come to the school. I thought about it. I had nothing else to do, so I got up and left right away. Fanyun No. 2 High School. Lu Wen was waiting at the school gate. Seeing me, he hurried over. You're finally here. This time, a full 5 top academies have sent their tutors to our school. This is unprecedented in Fanyun City. Following Lu Wen to the office, he took a dragon-shaped ring from the drawer. This is the city government's reward. It contains the equipment and skill books you need. My eyes lit up. These were exactly what I needed right now. My sword cane, a common quality equipment, had broken after enduring too many high-intensity battles. I took the ring and sent my consciousness into it. 2 messages instantly appeared. 1. Tianquan Sword Staff. Sword form, grants elite buff capable of breaking anything. Staff form, grants aura of wisdom, continuously restoring mental energy, and boosting any skill effect by 50%. 2. Skill book, close at hand. Effect, within a 100-meter radius, instantly step to your destination. Looking at the equipment and skill book, I was extremely satisfied. At around 2 p.m., a black designated vehicle stopped at the school. 5 men and women stepped out. Li Mingzhi looked solemn and stepped forward without the slightest neglect. Those who could be tutors at top academies were undoubtedly 5 awakening professionals. Even the mayor had to treat them with respect. Entering the reception room, Jifei sat down lazily and asked indifferently, "Where is Chen Lin?" Just then, the door was pushed open, and Lu Wen and I walked in. Jifei looked me up and down carefully. Not bad with those looks. You should join my Skylark Academy. Feng Yi, sitting to the side, was instantly displeased. It's one thing to hear rumors outside, but does your Skylark Academy really recruit based on looks? He then turned and extended an olive branch to me. Student Chen Lin, choose my Azure Sky Academy. You can pick any 3 types of resources you want as your enrollment gift. Only 3? Are you trying to dismiss a beggar? I think you're questioning the value of the top scorer of the Dongtian region. Right. Student Chen Lin, he's looking down on you. Don't go there and suffer. Li Mingzhi and Lu Wen were stunned by the scene. The atmosphere became a bit tense. Whoever dared to make the first offer would definitely be targeted by the other 4. The scene gradually became chaotic. Jifei took a breath, looked at me, and suddenly said, "You've reached your first awakening, but you probably haven't started summoning yet, right? As long as you join Skylark, I can apply directly to the higher-ups to gather the best summoning materials for you. Your Black Wolf has a growth talent. Just name whatever resources you need, including offering my daughter." Hearing this, the other 4 fell silent. Even with their broad horizons, they felt these terms were too generous. There were no less than 10 students with scores over 20,000 this year. If they used up too many resources recruiting here in Dongtian, it would be hard to compete for the others later. Believing it wasn't worth it, the 4 silently gave up. I just shook my head. Everything else is fine, but you can skip the daughter part. Jifei's brow relaxed, feeling joyful. Alright, if you prefer someone more mature, I actually work too. I wanted to say that wasn't what I meant, but I swallowed the words on the tip of my tongue. In the end, I chose Skylark Academy. Not because Jifei was pretty, but mostly because she offered too much. Soon, the first day of school arrived. Zhuochong Provincial Capital, Zhongtian City, Skylark Academy. Countless top-scoring students from all over the country gathered here. I randomly picked a dorm room and went inside. It was fully equipped with various facilities and daily necessities. Just then, my special issue phone vibrated. A message popped up. Your summoning materials have been approved. Also, let me know what other resources you need. I'll do my best to apply for them. After sending the message, Jifei leaned back in her soft chair. Beside her, Jiang Wuyu was puzzled. Our resources were enough to recruit 4 provincial top scorers. This far exceeds Chen Lin's own value. With all due respect, he doesn't match what we're giving him at all. Jifei just looked at him with a smile. The freshman tournament is tomorrow. We'll see for ourselves then. I placed the summoning materials on the floor. I reached out a hand and opened it in the air. As I activated the summoning spell, the room was filled with white light. About a few minutes later, what caught my eye was a 60-centimeter entirely silver butterfly fluttering its 2 pairs of wings. It's not going to be another weak and sick one, is it? My mouth twitched as I silently checked its panel. Summon, silver butterfly. Level 10. Strength 1. Constitution Agility 1. Magic 1. Its total stats were only 4 points. It was even weaker than Haiming at the beginning. I shook my head. This had refreshed the lower limit of the weakest known summons, but it doesn't matter. I will grant you endless potential. Watching the silver butterfly slowly fly towards me, I held up my finger to let it land. Detection started. Loyalty, 100%. Will never betray. Do you wish to establish a life-bound connection? As I confirmed, an agonizing pain of a tearing soul instantly came from deep within. Congratulations, your summon has awakened the SSS rank unique talent. Myriad Divine Transformations. Can transform into any form and acquire different abilities. Just then, the silver butterfly dissolved into glowing light and transformed into my exact appearance. It said in a blank voice, Master. After a preliminary understanding, I finally realized the true power of the Myriad Divine Transformations. I opened the box. Inside lay pieces of battle armor. I pointed at the silver butterfly and communicated with it through my mind. The silver butterfly nodded gently, transforming into glowing light. It wrapped around my arm. In an instant, the silver armor appeared, slowly covering my entire body. I didn't feel the slightest discomfort or extra weight. It was as if this armor had always been a part of my body. I looked satisfied. Moreover, the Myriad Divine Transformations possesses the ability to fuse with metals to enhance its hardness. Undoubtedly, just like greedy gluttony, it is an overpowered talent that can endlessly grow stronger. Thinking of this, I decided to level up the silver butterfly first. I sent a message to Jifei, asking for metal materials with special properties. In just half an hour, the items arrived. A notification showed they were all rare metal ores with different properties. Each one belonged to the category of precious resources. Back in my room, I let the silver butterfly fuse with them. Soon, the armor covering my body became incredibly hard. Even a second-tier professional would find it hard to break its defense. At the same time, the armor's weight reached 5 tons. It had no effect on me, but if it landed on an enemy, it would be like a crushing mountain. Entering the living room, my 3 roommates heard the noise and looked a bit surprised. A man stepped forward and said, Hello, I'm the runner-up of Qingyuan Province, Feng Ye. Getting the provincial top scorer with an ordinary class? That's a very impressive achievement. Wasn't it just because he got lucky and obtained an overpowering summon? The cold-looking man said with a hint of disdain. He was the runner-up of Longjie Province, with a college entrance exam score of 23,000. He just happened to be in a province without top geniuses to get first place. In his eyes, it was exactly a case of when there are no tigers in the mountain, the monkey becomes king. Feng Yi smiled faintly. In my opinion, being able to make a powerful summon respond is enough to show that Chen Lin is special. Seeing that an argument was about to break out, right at that moment, a voice echoed throughout the entire academy. All new students, grab your weapons and equipment and gather at Skylark Square immediately. The freshman tournament must be starting half a month early, Cao Yang, who was sitting on the sofa, said. Also, there are more and more mutated beasts outside the city. The academy probably plans to let us take on the task of clearing them. Hearing these words, I fell silent. I suddenly thought of the world in the reincarnation dungeon. I didn't expect the blue planet to face the same crisis so soon. As I was thinking silently, the cold man's arrogant voice suddenly sounded in my ear. Starting early is just fine. Chen Lin, I will crush you in the rankings and prove that I deserve the top scorer title more than you. Looking at his arrogant demeanor, I smiled. Then let's see who's better. But I'll definitely be the one to suppress everyone else. At Skylark Square, the new students gathered one by one. The academy heads sighed. The top 100 rankers will be forced to go outside the city to clear mutated beasts, growing quickly under the pressure of death. The secretary behind him nodded, holding a tablet and announcing, the freshman tournament scheduled in half a month will now begin. You will enter the level 2030 large-scale dungeon, Rift Canyon. This freshman tournament will determine your future resource allocation. After the announcement, the dungeon gates slowly opened. An intimidating aura leaked out and swept across the square. Some people's legs went weak, their lips trembling slightly. Are you kidding me? I haven't even reached my first tier yet. How are we supposed to fight? Luo Xuan was anxiously looking for something in the crowd. Soon, he spotted the carry he had been longing for. Brother Lin. I saw the tall Luo Xuan leading a short-haired, gray-eyed girl jogging over. Previously, he said he would enroll in Skylark just like me. I thought it was a joke. I didn't expect him to be serious. This is my sister, Luo Ning. My expression turned a bit strange. Hello. Luo Ning timidly hid behind her brother, her voice barely audible. I sighed helplessly and sent them a party invitation. Seeing me team up with others, adding extra burden to myself, the cold man frowned slightly. Before entering the dungeon, he said coldly, Don't lose too miserably, Chen Lin. I didn't reply. The 3 of us instantly disappeared from where we stood. Soon, all the students had entered the dungeon. A mentor waved his hand to cast a water screen projection spell. Rift Canyon spanned hundreds of kilometers, resembling a massive maze. Just as the 3 of us entered, roars immediately echoed from ahead, perfect timing to test my current strength. With a slight shift of my mind, the silver butterfly instantly appeared, accompanied by white light. In just a few steps, my entire body was covered in silver armor. Clenching my right hand, the Heavenly Authority sword staff instantly materialized. Then I drew the silver battle knife from my back. Stepping hard on the ground, my figure instantly appeared dozens of meters away, right in front of the monsters. A skill originally meant for saving one's life was used by me to close the distance. The Heavenly Sword slashed out instantly, like cutting through tofu, smoothly slicing through the bodies of several monsters. Without slowing down, I turned into a blur and pierced through their ranks in the blink of an eye. Almost before any monster could react, they fell down with stunned expressions. Seeing this scene, Luo Xuan shouted excitedly, Brother Lin is awesome. Doing absolutely nothing, yet experience points were skyrocketing. This is the joy of being carried by an expert. The mentors watching this outside were shocked. This speed and damage, it almost rivals melee-type hidden classes. His base stats are completely abnormal. Even if Chen Lin advanced his class at the 2nd tier, He couldn't possibly have such melee combat strength. At this moment, a mentor recalled carefully and said, "Could that silver butterfly be Chen Lin's second summon? A summon that can turn into a weapon?" Unheard of. Even the highly experienced academy head was a bit surprised. Looking at Jifei, who was smirking proudly, he shook his head. Currently, more than 10 people have higher points than Chen Lin. Teaming up yields very few points. If this is all he has, his title as top scorer will be unearned. He is your future son-in-law after all. What good does it do you if you lose his face? Just as Jifei was about to say something, she got slapped on the back of her head. The academy head's face darkened with exasperation. Meanwhile, inside the dungeon, the silver armor on my body was already covered in blood. I could instantly kill these level 20 monsters with a single strike. It seems my strength has reached the peak of the second tier. Even against a third tier opponent, if I can't win, I can at least retreat safely. Just then, countless negative emotions constantly flooded my mind, trying to control me to end my own life. Seeing me completely still, Luo Xuan hardly said, "Xiao Ning, quickly retract your domain." Knowing full well how bizarre her talent was, Luo Ning looked panicked and quickly retracted it. I smiled and comforted her. "It's okay, these things can't affect me at all." Glancing at the tracker, I had only gained 120 points. This speed was obviously a bit too slow. In order to become stronger quickly, I had to take first place to obtain the Academy's resource allocation. Whether it was the Silver Butterfly or He Ming, both needed massive amounts of resources. Thinking of this, I shifted my mind slightly. Instantly, a massive, brutal magic wolf appeared from the white light. A terrifying wolf howl echoed through the canyon. This immediately made Luo Ning, who saw He Ming for the first time, shrink back in fear and hide behind me. I gave a command to He Ming. "Go, He Ming. Devour all the magic beasts in the canyon." Hearing the command, He Ming's eyes turned fierce. It vanished from its spot instantly, rushing towards the depths of the canyon. Not long after, the tracker on my wrist continuously beeped with the sound of points increasing. I headed down another path, preparing to farm points from both ends. In the distance, a young girl wielded a dark red lightning dragon, crashing it down upon countless monsters below. The ground shattered within a 100-meter radius the moment it was struck. Dark red lightning exploded and rampaged, annihilating all the monsters. The girl still looked unsatisfied. "These trashes are too weak." Seeing her sister acting crazy again, Luolan looked helpless. Suddenly, a heart-palpitating aura accompanied by intense heat swept over. Before she could even react, she saw Luo Hongying's fiery eyes erupting with fighting spirit. Berserk dark red lightning instantly surged, wrapping around her black spear. Watching the giant black flame wolf charge at her, just meeting its slit pupils made fear spread within her. But very quickly, Luo Hongying's stunning face revealed a look of madness as she immediately charged at the giant wolf. Seeing her sister charge forward fearlessly, Luolan skillfully and swiftly cast several power buffs and protective shields. With these buffs, her combat power instantly doubled. Even against a 3/3 tier boss, she could put up a fight. When the two sides collided, the immense power instantly kicked up a shockwave that swept in all directions. Seeing the giant black wolf glowing with golden light and completely unharmed, Luo Hongying's face froze. This strike had reached the power of the 3/3 tier. How could it be completely fine? He Ming coldly looked down at this human who attacked it for no reason, and instantly swiped its sharp claws. Under the terrifying power, the three protective shields shattered layer by layer. Luo Hongying was instantly sent flying backward. Luolan's expression changed drastically. Clasping her hands together, a holy phantom tens of meters tall slowly manifested. "Here, 6th Saint Guardian Angel, descend." SS rank talent, Angel's Favor. A golden light barrier instantly rose, enveloping the two of them. Luolan immediately shouted, "Sister, fall back." Before she could finish, He Ming, approaching step by step, had already raised its claws. Black light emerged, instantly tearing the golden barrier to shreds. It gave the two a cold glance, then walked right past them, completely ignoring them. Meanwhile, it was dead silent outside. All the instructors, including the headmaster, were utterly speechless. Is this really the strength the summoner who just awakened a few days ago should have? Utterly terrifying. This power completely exceeds the realm of the 2TR. Seeing this logic-defying combat power, a few words couldn't help but surface in everyone's minds. Invincible among peers. Looking at the smug Jifei, Zhang Wuyue was shocked to the core. This practically non-existent probability was actually successfully gambled by her. Is he really a genius? Over the next 10 hours, He Ming slaughtered tens of thousands of monsters, and even killed 3 bosses. Only 1,300 points left until the next evolution. This was just half a day's harvest. But it gets harder to progress later on. Luo Xuan and Luo Ning looked incredibly excited. It was their first time experiencing such easy leveling without exerting any effort at all. I smiled and checked the recorder. My score had already reached 34,000. Not far away, He Ming returned after slaughtering a full circle. I casually cast a recovery spell on it. Soon, the dungeon time limit was up. Enveloped by white light, we were teleported back to Skylark Square. Countless gazes of awe instantly turned our way. Many surrounding students looked battered and exhausted, especially the aloof young man, who punched the ground with a look of humiliation. Despite going all out, he was severely injured by a casual swipe from a giant black wolf. At this moment, the headmaster's secretary shouted, "I will now announce the student leaderboard. First place, Chen Lin, 34,500 points." Hearing this, the aloof young man's eyes widened instantly. He immediately looked at the holographic screen. He saw my score ranked first, leading by a massive margin. Below that was a cliff-like drop. Second place, Feng Ye, had only 13,000 points. This is absolutely impossible. The aloof young man was in disbelief, thinking there was an error with the leaderboard. Not just him, Many others also found it bizarre. How could everyone else, including the two top scorers, have such low scores? Seeming to notice everyone's confusion, the secretary explained, "The giant black wolf you all encountered is Chen Lin's summoned beast. Because many of you tried to stop it, you were heavily injured by its single strike." Hearing this, everyone's eyes instantly filled with absolute shock.
Follow, like, comment, and share for part 5.